Let's get ready to rumble. What's up, everybody? Happy
Recording
Wednesday.
in progress.
Happy Wednesday. Um, I don't own a sign company, big Sign in Vivo. Um, I'm technically in tech development services, so I guess you could say that. How do you get more responses from cold DMs, better offers, and better hooks? Sometimes I am angry that things don't work. Then I want to blame Alex, but I can't find other way than blaming myself. Redirect that blame, baby. Uh, I wanted to start an AI automation service. Claude said that make it a loss leader. I don't know what that said. Um, for lead loss, I don't know what that means. Classifying engagement in book, a meeting automation for HVAC business in America. Should I do it? Sure. There's lots of business you could have. Juggernaut user question. I run an auto detailing business. How do I scale and find the right detailing technician? I mean, you can just go recruit from other technicians places, or a fun one, you can train people to do it yourself. And this is not a slight. I don't think it's going to take a huge amount of time to teach people how to do auto detailing. So you can probably train someone how to do like an okay job in like a weekend. So I think that is wildly underestimated in terms of value, is maybe just train people better. All right, then you want to start life coaching. Well, as long as your life is put together, that's a good start. What you don't want is have a life that's in shambles that's a life coach, right? It's kind of like a dentist with bad teeth. But if everybody's like, man, you've got your life together, then life coaching could probably make a lot of sense. What is my net worth? Excellent question. This much. Real talk. Are you getting the full stretch on camera? Are we getting both sides? Because I want to make sure they can see it. Yeah? It's this much. Okay, cool. Hopefully that puts that to rest. You think I should do lead gen agencies, lead gen for electrician? I'm an electrician myself. I mean, they would trust you, but at the end of the day, like, are you good at getting leads? And do you have a scalable way of doing it? If so, then yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Construction service businesses, low overhead, 3 months in, need leads. How to get the hottest leads with the least time spent? I think you need to flip your perspective and just say, how do I just get leads? Forget about optimizing right now. You need to be violent. The idea there is, I think we want to look at, whenever a customer's in a journey, there's different points that they make decisions. I like looking at the decision points that are immediately preceding or 2 steps preceding doing business with me. And so I want to, the shortest way to get the fastest amount of customers is to go to somebody who already has those customers and make a deal with them that allows them to make more money by referring business to you. Simply stated, that is the fastest way to grow a business. There's a reason that people will try and partner with people who already have existing audiences because they have built-in distribution day one, and the likelihood that they can sell customers with the influence that they have is high. Also, if you copy paste the same message over and over again, I will literally never respond to your question. With that, do we have our first caller? Jamie, pull him up.
Coming up right now.
All right, let's rock. Let's slay the day. I'm a high-ticket closer selling for lead gen agency, helping daycares. What business should I start?
Hey, Alex, can you hear me?
I can't hear you. What's up, dude?
Hey, yeah, so this is Sebastian. I sell rental relocation services to people who want to move to the Netherlands or want to move within the Netherlands itself.
Okay.
We make $0 at this point. What is stopping me is that I am getting free users for a free tool I built to kind of host all the listings.
So it's a software
but
thing that you built.
any
Okay.
That's
Got
it. Yeah, but barely any conversions to the paid offer. So if I can't get paying customers, I'll basically have to get back to having a job in about a year, but I got some saved up to work on this.
Okay.
So really my focus is on how to define my avatar so I can specifically target higher paying clients.
Yeah.
The free service is doing well. I'm getting about 333 users there. So like it's growing by itself.
Per
It's just
what?
not leading to, just in the last 3 months by word of mouth.
So
basically.
100 users a month.
Yes.
Is it
Yeah,
accelerating?
Yeah, so for example, today I got 5 free users without doing any marketing.
Okay.
Yesterday I got like 6.
Okay.
I've had cases where I get like 80 in a day if a group shares it.
Okay.
It just like that's more so students and young people that feel like they can do the tech.
Uh-huh.
My ideal was let me share it that way, and then some of the users will be willing to pay for it. And that transition has been hard for me.
How many of them have you gotten the phone with?
So in total, just 3. A lot of them are just students where like they're month, I'm not able to sell them a 1,500 euro service or more. For the ones that got on the phone, I got one person as someone who will be a client essentially. The thing is, he's only starting to look for an apartment in September, so it's just too long of a timeline for me to wait for that to get a referral and like get that as a result.
So I have two considerations. So the first one is the volume that you have for a free tool is actually still pretty low. And so I would normally say maybe we need to constrain down the amount of free stuff that you're giving so that the paid tier is more attractive, right? So it's like if Spotify had no ads ever, then you would just never upgrade, right? If they make the ads annoying enough, you make the upgrade, right? And so there's always a sweet spot with freemium. Freemium is one of the toughest models out there, but if done well, you basically have zero cost of acquisition and all of your marketing efforts. So just so you can recharacterize how you think about the business, your marketing spend, if freemium is done well, is on ascension. So think about all of the free users, they should be zero. That the cost of that should be zero. And then where you deploy capital or effort should be on the ascension. And so right now, if you've only gotten on the phone with 3 out of 300 users, I see that as silly because right now, if you're getting 5 a day, if you told me I have 5 sales calls a day, the likelihood that you're not going to make money is really low. So I would say like, can you add in an onboarding component that you manually do it? Because I think those conversations, like if you told me 6 months from now, because at the rate that you're currently growing, because it's accelerating, you probably have another 500 users, conservatively. If you take 500 calls over the next 3 months, 1, you will make money. 2, you will learn very quickly, rather than me telling you what your users want, from them, what they will want more. And you might end up pivoting the business. I don't know, because it's obviously super new. But that is what I would do. Because right now you're super early. So it's like, we just need to make dollars. You have free lead gen, which is the hardest part to crack. So kudos to you for doing that. But that's what I would focus on.
Okay. Yeah, so that's one thing. So like I said, I have one client that's willing to pay in September. The one caveat I've had so far is just because I can see the type of home they're looking for.
Yeah.
Is like 80% of the free users have basically have a budget of $1,000 or less, and it's mostly being shared under students. So that's where like I feel like maybe just even if I could get them on the phone, like they're still students who literally have no money.
Well, then you just you want to ask them, because the thing is you're thinking about only one. Let me say it differently. We want to channel demand. We do not want to create demand. So demand already exists, and we want. It's like, think about this like these rivers of desire. And when we market or sell, we just want to like carve out a tiny little piece of that river and direct it towards us. And so right now you've got a flow that's coming towards you. You've got these students that want your thing, right? And so there might be a rivulet that exists there that's like, maybe there is an automated thing that's $50 or $100 that you can sell them, and there's a ton of volume there too. So like there might be a play there, but either way, right now, I think you tinkering on the computer is not going to be the solution.
Yeah.
So getting on the phone, and also you'll find out quickly, are there messaging that they're responding to that the people who have money aren't? Because obviously you're getting all these students. Now maybe you got shared in these groups, and that's fine. And we don't want to shift the whole product roadmap because you had some early traction with a specific demo that wasn't your goal. But we also have the financial reality of like the likely in order for this to succeed and increase its chances, we need to make money. And so I'm okay with it, with it being bootstrapped and you making a couple $100 a day, just from having those conversations. And what'll probably happen too is that when you serve a cheaper demographic first, you end up finding ways to automate almost everything. Which, if you can do that, you might end up finding out that you automating everything for them allows you to be a low-cost leader, which then allows you to serve a huge base at a really affordable price, but still have a high gross margin.
Got it. Yeah, that's basically what the free tool does. Is I looked at what our kind of software are currently charging for, like $40 a month, and I basically just copied that but for free.
Cool.
Now I just have to figure out how to get people through that.
And just ask them what they're struggling with. Like, you might find out that you actually are a lead gen for moving services, dude. Like, just think the next problem. Like, whenever you solve a problem for a customer, if you do it well, it always creates another problem. If I solve leads, you'll have sales. If I solve sales, you'll have delivery. If you have delivery issues, you're going to have revenue retention and expansion issues. If all of those things are right, then you're going to have leadership and scaling issues. If all of that's right too, like we go back to the beginning, create more demand, right? So like there's always problems. So as long as you're doing it well, just ask them the next thing they're doing. Like you could sell the student leads, probably. Like there's a version of this business that doesn't sell anything, just sells the leads themselves.
Just the pool itself.
Yeah. and just sell the leads. Because the moving company will happily sell, pay you $200 or $300 for a warm handoff, and then you have no work.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's plays here, but I think it all is going to start with you getting on the phone with these customers.
Okay. So just make like within the onboarding flow, whenever they give their email name, basically make one step before finalizing, just like get on a call.
Yeah, and you're going to have no-shows, to be clear, you're going to. But you can also, like, the moment you get it, I would outbound call.
Okay. Got it. Sounds good. Okay.
That's what I would do, man.
Like I'm working on that. Thank you.
You bet, dude. I appreciate you, man.
All right. See ya. Go
Later,
ahead.
brother. That was fun. Create flow, monetize flow, add friction. That's always the play. All right, Google Sheets tutorials. No. Bad. Bad, Anime 6. Bad. How do I create a better offer? Well, if only I could write an entire book on it and give a whole course away for free on my site. You can go grab it. Also, if you want, you can get all 3 of these puppies, all 3 hardbacks for $16 right now. That means $5 a book for hard copies, not even paperbacks. Just go to school.com/backpack, and you can grab them there. So that's only for US, FYI. Okay, we going Flores? Doing it? We doing it? We in it? In it to win it? In the meantime, Daniel, if you're a solo creator, how much time you should put towards OpenClaw? A lot. I would probably put the vast majority of my time towards that because you can start building AI first. Yes, sir.
Alex, hi.
What's up, stud?
Big fan, big fan. I've been watching you for like 5 years now. I'm really excited to work with you.
Pleasure.
So, yeah. So I'm gonna come on to L3 really, really soon. Really, really excited. But till then, I want to hop on the hotline with you. So I mentor TikTok Shop affiliates into getting high-ticket brand retainers, brand deals. We're on track to do 2 million this year, and I want to get to 20 million.
Mm-hmm.
I'm turning away clients because I only have one coach besides me, and it's my only expense.
Okay.
I spoke to Ned. He told me get a coach, 100K. Got it. We're gonna do good.
Okay.
So my best coach was a successful client first.
Uh-huh.
So I know the talent is like in my pipeline because I'm training them to get these deals.
Yeah.
I'm doing 2 things, like too many things at once. What should I do?
Well, what are the too many things? Right now it says you can't take on more customers, right? Because you still have a supply constraint. So how are you getting leads right now?
Right now it's all I do free content, but 90% is referral,
Okay, great.
word of mouth, and like they love it.
That's awesome. I mean, to be fair, when you help influencers, they are by nature vocal people. And so they like even without social media, that type of person tends to tell people about their stuff. So like that's good. But I mean, it sounds like you're just supply constrained. So functionally, what stops you from hiring a second coach?
Well, I will, but it's like that's one coach, and then how do I get to like way more?
What stops you
it's
from
not-
hiring 10 coaches?
I feel like it's the delivery.
As
It's
in
not as
what part of delivery is the thing that's holding you back?
delivering the brand deals on a consistent basis where I'm like, okay, I got it.
So you're getting them deals or are they doing stuff?
No, I get them deals and I have them pitch. I basically teach them how to sell, and they sell themselves to get the brand deals.
And you get intros.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, so intros is the constraint, not the coaches.
yeah.
Got it. Okay, so you just need someone in-house who's doing kind of outbound for you, correct? Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple things. There are already platforms that exist that have aggregated a bunch of brand deals together, which I'm sure you're aware of those.
Mhm.
I would see if I could, one, do some deal with them. That'd be my first course of action. Second course of action, if I can't do that, would be to recruit one of their top kind of brand acquirers, whatever you want to call it, and see if they would work for me. That'd probably be my second course of action. Third down the list would be I would spin up an OpenClaw instance and do outbound 2 brands over X followers or X sales on TikTok, and see if, and I would just generate it that way. That would probably be my third setup. And so in either of those things, if you have more brand deals, Like whenever because functionally you're starting a mini marketplace, right? So you have supply and demand. And so whenever you start a marketplace, you always want to start with the hard side. And the hard side is the product. Like demand will come. So like if you're starting, the first thing you need to do if you're at Airbnb is you need to have a place to rent.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? So you got to get a seller who's willing to rent space, right? And so to the same degree, you need to go get deals, brands who want to give money, and then finding influencers who want money is not hard.
Yeah.
Right?
That's why they have so many. Yeah.
Right. And so the constraint of the business, so like what you're offering fundamentally is just money. Like that's what you're basically selling to these people. And so if you want to make more money, you got to go get them more money. And so if I'm thinking about the strategy of the business, I want to reorient my entire business because what you're going to see is every brand deal signed up, you're going to have some math around it. Do you get any percentage of the revenue that they do with the brand deal?
I tried at the beginning, but it was a little too complicated. They didn't want to do my help then. So what I did is I have them on retainer, so they pay me a flat rate to be with me and my access. But once they're in, they get access to all my deals that I've done as me being an influencer myself.
Yeah. You'll be able to do some math on that. And the more grown up version of your model is you're just a talent agency. So if you look at like WME or CAA as a model for that, just look at their digital practices. That's going to be kind of like a baseline of like, what am I going to look at in order to model? Because you'll find very quickly, because the thing is you have a flat rate, so you're incentivized by volume. But if you can get somebody to close a, $5 million deal and you get 10 or 15%, those add up pretty quick, right? And so that model already exists. And since the industry is very relational driven, like the single point of greatest leverage for you is the acquisition. So what you need to, when I say acquisition, I mean acquisition of brands. And so you need to figure out LTV to CAC on a brand. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So how much marketing effort does it take me to close a brand on entering my network? And it might cost nothing as long as they're willing to take the call. And they'll probably give you some sort of requirements of like, we only want to talk to influencer above X or whatever. There's also probably a version of the business that for the low tier allows you to pool the influencers. So like how many customers do you have right now?
Now I'm at 25, or
Okay.
no, 27, and it's
Yeah.
like it's a lot.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
in time, there's probably a low touch version of this that you say, hey, you're not big enough to like really score deals on your own. You've got 20,000 followers or 80,000, I don't know, whatever your minimum requirement is below that, right? And so you can say, yeah, but they'll do a deal with 100 of you. And so that allows you to, also you can bake in your premium because you're herding the cats yourself.
Okay.
And so there's probably a bunch of opportunity there that I'm thinking about. But if I had to focus all of your effort on one thing, for right now today, it's just LTV to CAC on brand acquisition. That's it. And from a tactical perspective, I would probably spin up OpenClaw, well, the three that I just outlined. First, I go to the platform, see if I can do a deal. Second, I would go recruit somebody from that platform. Third, I would go OpenClaw instance and start doing DMs for accounts that are over X and do that on a regular basis. That would be my 1, 2, 3 approach.
Okay. And that part makes sense. Like just look for more brands. It's usually free. But one question I did want to ask before.
But there's still be
have
cost associated with getting them to sign up and go through the process. Even if they say yes, there's still cost of the outreach, the call, there's still cost the business will incur.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because also your ROI isn't even necessarily clear either. Because you have a flat rate for everybody. You adding more brands indirectly allows you to bring more people on, but not directly.
Okay.
Now, if you had a percentage, then you could very clearly see each brand does on average 6 deals. I get this percentage, average deal size is this, and then you have some math around it. But for right now, you're on a flat fee thing, and that's fine. I'm not offended by it. But like you will find that some like of the 25, you probably have one guy who's really good, or 2 guys,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That guy on his own probably has half the revenue of the business if you were to have a percentage-based approach. And so the game that you're in is you'll have to decide strategically whether you want to be a volume player or you want to be a high-end player. Both are fine. It's just that we need to decide day one which business you want to build.
What do you think is best?
It's not a which is best. It's not a which is best thing. They both work. CAA is a high end, you know what I mean? Like, and it's a massive company. To the same degree, many people have tried to build these platforms. I have yet to see, I don't even know the names of any of them. So I haven't seen, like, there probably are some big ones. I just haven't seen any of the names. So I would say it's probably difficult to do the herding cats one. But it's the nature of almost every service business that you go up in price. You develop a reputation, more people want you, better people want you, those people are willing to pay more, and up you go. Otherwise, you build it for scale first, which means the entire process of marketing, sales, onboarding is almost all automated. The brand deals are almost all automated, and you're just clipping coupons on either direction. Both businesses are valuable. The high volume one is more valuable if you can demonstrate retention of both brands and customers.
So charging them a flat rate to be in the network of.
I would encourage you to, like, I have to look more at the numbers, but like, the thing that makes a company valuable is revenue retention, period. And so if you can demonstrate that these influencers never stop wanting to pay you, that becomes a very valuable business, provided you have good gross margins.
It's amazing margin. It's like 94%
Per
profit.
what? No,
Like,
yeah, that's profit, so that's good. But like, what
Right.
about? But it's also it's you and starting out. So like,
Yeah.
but what about retention though? What's the churn on them?
Before it was like they would stay for 2 months and then leave.
Hmm.
I got better, came to the event.
Yeah,
I went to L1 again and did the whole thing.
yeah,
Been here, and now it's 90% retention.
okay,
But I'm really over delivering,
good,
and because I'm like one-on-one, and it's like I'm sweating. I'm like I'm
yeah,
out of time. I do the one-on-one
yeah,
calls. Like I'm running out of it's too much. I can't. That's why I'm turning people away because it's like
yeah.
I'm over delivering so much.
So again, no matter what path you do, whether you go up or you go down, what you're going to have to automate and really get into building out with AI is, normally I would say you could hire people, but the world has changed. And so like, now you just build this out with AI workflows. You can build a billion-dollar company with this. No question. And it's because the game has changed. So like, if I were to start a marketing agency 5 years ago, it's not the best opportunity vehicle. You can make some money, but it's a very hard business to make a lot of money in. Fast forward to today, I think it was A16Z, one of the guys said this, and I like the quote, but he said, the next trillion-dollar company is a technology business disguised as a services company. And so you think you're signing up for an agency, but the whole thing on the back end is all, Claude, AI, whatever workflows that have been built. And so all the stuff that you're doing manually, you have to think about it from a workflows perspective of what are all the actions that I do on a daily basis. You probably do a shitload of them, right? And you have to be able to one by one bucket those actions into workflows that create the outcome for the customer. When you document each of those workflows, and you might have 67, it might be a lot, right? That actually create the outcome for the customer. One by one, you will automate each of those. And so when you do that, you can actually scale this thing to the moon the way you want to. And the thing is that no matter what direction you're going to go in, whether it's high end or low end, you having all of these workflows dialed in, I see as important and probably a worthwhile thing to do now before you get too overwhelmed in actually running the business. And so a lot of people who start businesses in this, now-ish time have a tremendous advantage over existing businesses, because like, I've got 200 plus people that I got to deal with, plus our portfolio company employees. And so I've got a lot of dead weight that I have to deal with to move the Titanic. Whereas it's like you can be more nimble. And so like, you want to play to your advantage and not like just purposely take on weight when you don't have to.
And you're
So
referring to clients.
yes, no, not
Okay.
clients. The employees that you're going to have in order to basically don't grow faster for some arbitrary reason. Fix the ops of the business so that you can get your time down to almost zero, then scale zero. And you can do
Okay.
it now because you got the cash flow and you got the time. So it's like, this is it, you got to go slow to go fast. You dig?
Perfect. Thank you so much, Alex. Thank
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Congrats on the. How much did you grow? How much did you grow since you've been doing our stuff?
The whole business is an Alex Hormozi. Like I read your books all the time,
Cool,
like
man.
every day. I'm in number one. Like I'm all the whole thing. When I came out to L1
Yeah.
in September, I was doing I had about 5 clients, and
Yeah.
now I came back. I'm at 27. Signed up one today.
Yeah.
We're doing 10K days. It's been 8 days hitting it,
Yeah.
10K a day.
That's awesome, dude. I
But
love
it's
it.
going too fast. So that's why I want to ask. Thank you
Don't
so
go
much.
too fast. Yeah. Rock and roll, man. Appreciate you. All right. What does scale zero mean? Nicola, I will explain that. So scale zero is something that Layla and I say a lot in terms of how do we communicate to our team that we want to get our time to zero or this leader's time down to zero so that we can do 100 times more. Because let's say you're at 20% time. Well, as soon as we 5x the business, you'll be at 100% again and then we'll be capped. And so it's like, I want to get down to zero so that I can then scale the shit out of it. And so this is a go slow to go fast situation like I just said with him. Look at what you're spending your time on. Is there a version of this delivery that I can either automate or delegate to get my time to zero so that I can scale? Very common with brick and mortar, right? They're like, I've got one location, I want to scale to a second, but they're still spending half their time running the location. It's like, well, you can't scale to a second. You got to get down to zero, have it continue to run, and then you can do the next one. Now, the entrepreneur will typically say something like, well, what am I going to do all day? It's like, well, then we need to look at this business units. Well, one, you can just take off if you want to, just to pressure test it. Or you look at the business unit itself, and if you're trying to take your time to build the foundation for the next one, I'm fine with that, as long as the first one still builds, or still continues to grow and make money. If you're curious what Vantage was, I think he referenced it. That's the community you have for $1 million plus business owners. I think. I priced it as cheap as the people in the community said. I said, how cheap can I make this without you believing that it's legit? And they said $1,000 a month. So that's what it's priced at. All right. I just wanted to have a community for $1 million plus businesses, because usually until you get to about $1 million, it's like you're just barely figuring things out. And so $1 million plus is like the problem starts becoming more repeatable, rather than like, make sure you do the basics. All right, let's rock. Or it's in the pinned description, whatever. Okay, let's rock. Let's do it.
Alex, what's up?
What'd it do?
Nothing.
All right, man.
I'm Kyle. I sell outdoor lighting to homeowners. We design and install it. Right now, we're doing 1.8 million. I want to get to 6 in this location. A lot about what you just talked about, not wanting to go too fast into the next. So I think what's currently stopping me is just an inefficient sales motion. Right now, I have one sales guy. He just turned in his 2 weeks.
Ooh.
So I'm starting from scratch on the sales motion, basically. And I want to find out, when should I hire that next guy? Do I get somebody now and keep trying to fix it? Or do I fix it and then
Yeah, what do you do?
find a guy? Yeah.
So to me, this is like a red alerts thing. Now, how much of your business is recurring?
Almost zero except for holiday lighting.
Got it. Okay, so you need to solve this like now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how to sell it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how to. You started selling yourself, and then you got the sales guy.
Yeah. I have
Okay.
all the numbers right here if you want that. I can run through it too.
Not yet. So
Cool.
so at first I was worried because I thought he was like the only person who could get you business, and I was like, that would be.
No, I'm doing about 20% myself now.
Okay, and he's doing 80.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so then what stops you
Because I
from?
moved time, like I could do. It's not because I don't know how to do it.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's good. So what stops you from getting another guy like him because you need it?
I just want I think there's too many problems in the sales motion now. It's not efficient enough.
Okay.
So I'm wondering, should I fix that myself before I try to train somebody on something that's not even working right?
All right. Walk me through it, and then we'll go from there. What I don't want you to do is kill your cash flow, right?
Yeah.
So I'd rather
Yeah.
have some inefficiency and still have cash flow, and then we can fix
Yeah.
it. But let me hear what it is, if there's any easy things we can pull.
Yeah, cool. So right now, CAC is like $1,800 with ad spend and commission. Everybody's coming through Meta. The big problem, I think, is we're closing 3.3% of leads on the year.
Okay.
And the front end offer is just, you're our featured property. We give you a big discount for being the featured home of the month.
Mm-hmm.
And so we added a VSL in because there was some it just wasn't fitting. Like people were like, oh, I want this free thing. And it wasn't working.
Okay.
So since the VSL, which is basically like last month, we had, or last 2 weeks, 168 leads. Of those, 25% were unqualified just off of home value. 50 shows off the 120. and only close 5 of those. With expect like 3 to 5 more to close. Just
You talked to 50 out of 120? You actually talked to 50 out of 120?
Mm-hmm.
That's great, dude. Was it in person or was this phone?
In person.
That's great, man. Okay, so you talked to, so I don't think, up to that part, I'm actually not that worried about.
That's crazy. I thought that was bad. Cool.
No, dude, it's meta leads, man.
Yeah.
These aren't, yeah, because if it was search, then it'd be a different thing. But like, dude, meta leads they're just, it's not the highest quality platform. But you're talking to you're talking to 50 out of 168, even if you have the unqualified, 50 out of 120. I mean, that's not where I think the issue is. Okay, what's the cost per lead, by the way?
$36.
Okay, $36 per lead. Okay, got it. And
cost per appointment is like $140.
okay, got it. What's the what's your lifetime gross profit per deal?
$5,500.
Great, man. This is awesome. Okay. Yeah, dude, $140 an appointment, closing a 5K thing. We can make those numbers work. Okay. So, I mean, fundamentally, you should be closing a third of these appointments, and you're closing what percentage right now?
At 10%.
Okay, got it. So we need to do a triple. Okay, so walk me now through in more detail. So the person comes in for the feature of the month. So is this a lead ad?
Yes.
Okay, so lead ad. Okay, and then they submit, right? And then is there a thank you page that they get routed to?
Yes.
Okay, so the thank you page has a VSL on it?
Yes.
Okay.
VSL on the landing page and like a short one, long one.
Got it. And then there's a schedule underneath of the VSL, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. And then after they book, what happens?
They get like automated first text and email stuff. It's pretty low book rate off the page. Most of those are manual reach outs to get the bookings.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so the vast majority are not self-scheduling. That's fine. Let's just run that flow real quick. So I wanted to say the other one. Lead form, thank you page VSL, they schedule. After they schedule, is there another VSL that you said? A mini video afterwards?
Same VSL that's on the thank you page is the one I'm using.
In case you missed it or something like that. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Okay, and then either way, you're reaching out to all these people, even if they self-scheduled, right? I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay, got it. So of the people, so now let's go the other path since the majority of people are manual reach outs. You're, I'm sure speed to lead, double dialing, all that stuff. Okay, so we're getting them on the phone. Okay, now what happens?
So we try to get the appointment as soon as possible. And then here's like the one thing I'm trying to fix. The one thing I'm trying to fix right now is we were not requiring the spouse to be there. So like that was the number one thing is all of them were like, this all sounds great. I have to talk to my spouse, never hear from them again.
Yeah.
Was like the main thing. So now in the VSL, I like zoom in, need your spouse to be there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to fix that. So I don't have data on that yet.
Okay. But just walk me through process real quick. You reach out, you get them on the phone. What do you say?
The first, we're just trying to schedule an appointment. And then we get the way I word it is we just need to do a quick walkthrough to see if this is even a good fit.
Okay.
And then we go to like appointment reminders, all that. At the walkthrough, it's just like, let's see, this is either an awesome fit and you're going to get 20 lights for free, and we're going to do 100 lights, so it's still going to be 30K, and you just get basically a 15 to 20% discount. Or the second option is, well, like this isn't a great fit for that, but good news is they spend 30K, you only have to spend whatever, 10K, 5K, and we'll give you a few lights for free.
Okay. So before you get to the house, are these people watching the VSL?
Yes.
How are they? So this is why I'm upset. So you get on the phone, you say, we just want to check it out real quick. We send them reminders. When do they watch the VSL in this flow?
Gotcha. Yeah. When the appointment is scheduled, like, hey, we're going to meet you tomorrow at 3. Okay, watch this video before we come out. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. And when you show up, do you make sure that they watch the video?
No. We say yes, but no.
Right. So I'll just make sure that we do this. So I would also have one that they're going to watch beforehand. And then I'm guessing you do some sort of moment where you like go out to the truck and like do some little calculation, whatever. When you go out to the truck, hand them an iPad and say, hey, you can watch this while I go, call the boss and figure out what the numbers are.
Yeah.
And so then it just literally pre-frames them right before you make the offer
Okay.
to
Cool.
close. Now, what I want to do is I need to understand more about the, because I think part of that is we need to have we need to confirm that, and then in the reminder sequence, are we getting confirmation that the spouse is going to be there?
Current, like up until now, no.
Okay, so get
Yeah,
confirmation.
no appointments with it. Yeah.
Just say if they say it'd be like, hey, just to be clear, is your spouse going to be there too? If they say no, then we say, hey, awesome. Like, let's just get it booked for a time that, because if you know that your close rate on those people is almost nothing,
Yeah.
then let's kill the zombie up front. So just add it to the reminder sequence, and so you can say, hey, just confirm, 2 things for me. One, that you watch the video. Second, that your spouse is going to be there. If you confirm both, I'll see you tomorrow or whatever. And then morning of, I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Cool.
Okay, that way they know that it's actually important. All right, so that's on the nurture sequence part. We added in the VSL right as you walk in, and then as you do the calculation. Great. So that's thing 2. Thing 3 is we got to work on offer. All right, so one is spouse plus VSL nurture.
Yep. And that second VSL, is that just another one of the same thing but different words?
Yep, more proof. All right, third one. All right, tell me about the offer a little bit more, because it kind of went over it. So you're saying be one of our featured homes, right? Okay.
So if you're the featured house of the month, you get 20 lights completely for free and like a full media package. If you ever want to sell, like you can use all these photos and videos. And then prioritize the install date. You'll get it sooner than everybody else.
Okay.
And then, 20 lights free, but then it's still typically those homes need 80 to 100 lights. Like we pick the best one of the month. So there's still going to be 25 grand. Our close rate on those is crazy high. They almost all say yes when we actually select the one person. But the problem is obviously like everybody besides the one per month, which for them we say like the way we're framing
dude, have you've gone through money models, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need to run this as a giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not selling the second place prize.
Mm-hmm.
You need to sell the second place prize. That's what's missing.
Yeah.
So you say if everybody says they want to get the first place, then you say, hey, you got second place. The asterisk is you can give more than one second place prize away.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I want to make sure you get it, because it's super important.
Actually, like I've messed with this idea, but I haven't done it. But it's basically like you're not the featured property, but you are the highlighted home.
Yeah.
I could use that.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Just make it second place. And the best thing is the highlighted home gets all the stuff that the featured home does at 20% discount.
Mm-hmm. Which is basically what they get anyway because their house is so big. Sweet.
That makes sense. Think you can sell that?
Yeah.
That was it. That was what you were missing.
Cool. So bring another guy in right now.
Yeah. I think we just need to fix those 2 things in the process, but I think the offer was off, dude. You sold them on this big thing, and then you were like, nah.
Yeah, that's how it feels every time.
Yeah, you're not going to be that person. It's like, hey, so full disclosure, like featured home we did have selected, but your house is great and would be our highlighted home.
Yeah. Yeah, and then do you frame that in the VSL at all, or only talk about the featured home?
So the way that I prefer to do giveaways is that you have your first and second place prize public, and the second place prize is just a discount applied to the first place thing. And so when everyone opts into the first place thing, they all say, I want this big thing. And so it's a very seamless transition to say, oh, you didn't win the thing. Like if I said, hey, I'm going to work with you, like let's say hypothetically, I was going to do, and you want to show the price of it too. That's what's important. So let's say that it's like you're going to work with Alex for a year. It's $1 million. I'm just making this up. All right. You work with Alex for a year. It's $1 million. You're going to get 12 calls a month, and he's going to talk to you about your business like he's the board of directors. Okay. Second place prize gets the same thing from Alex, the $1 million value, but you get it for 500 grand. And so when we call people up and say, hey, I've got good news, I've got bad news. The bad news is you didn't win first place, so you're not getting the $1 million free. The good news is you get that thing you wanted for half off. That's how it works. So it's the same prize, you just apply some discount to the thing. So one person gets it free.
Yeah.
Everyone else gets a discount on the main thing.
Yeah.
You're
one
6
follow-up is
inches,
like,
dude. You're 6 inches away.
yeah,
Yeah, keep going.
yeah, I love it. On the like, so what happens with a lot of people that end up not booking or not buying is they see the featured houses of the month in the VSL and they're like, my house is nowhere near like this, so I don't win, I'm out. How do you frame it to that person before the appointment to get them to still get second place?
Well, you want to say, dude, state the facts and tell the truth. I'd
Yeah,
say
yeah.
we have a first place and second place prize. Third prize is a set of steak knives. I'm just kidding. And I'm going to show you some of our first place prize winners, and I'm going to show you some of our second place prize winners because I want to be upfront with you guys. I want to be upfront with you guys. We deal with houses in a whole spectrum, and of course, everybody wants to be cover of Forbes magazine. But the thing is like you can still this is something you can use for your real estate when you sell the house. Like if you just get these pictures in this lighting, that alone will add more to the home value than the price was. Lighting is one of the cheapest, highest return things that you can do. So this is not even you're not even buying anything here, right? Like you're just getting home value at a discount.
Yeah. Sweet.
Dig it?
Yeah, a lot.
And I would also say the good news is that if you're actually not one of these feature houses, and to be clear, if you're one of the feature houses, love you. We're gonna have an awesome time. But by percentage, you get a higher percentage value lift with lower value homes. So you actually get a better deal, even though you had to pay for it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense.
So that would be my pitch.
Sweet. Awesome.
Feel good? Rock and roll?
Yeah. Love it.
All right, dude. Well, let me know how it goes.
Will do.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. I love offer shit. Offer shit's always fun. Thank you for your books. I am reading your sales book. I sell browser extension where you learn from second vocab. I don't know what that said. Okay. Plan to learn database reactivation for restaurants and bars. They are known to have thin margins. Good idea. How to charge? Who do I, what kind? So what's interesting with restaurants, a lot of times they don't have big lists. That's what's tough with restaurants is they don't do a lot of lead capture. That's the only reason. I do agree they have thin margins. Honestly though, man, go to the people who've got the money, right? Who doesn't have thin margins and has a list? Go do reactivations for med spas, dude. Go do reactivations for. Dude, I would drive down the road and be like, okay, which of these businesses? There's so many businesses. Just find one that has better margins. Find one that has better margins and typically does more lead capture. They'll usually have a bigger list. And then all you got to do to make that whole model work is just figure out the offer that generates cash up front, that has high gross margins. And then you literally just rinse and repeat that playbook. And then if you get smart about it, which, YOLO, why not? I want you to add in the next services that someone would want after you generate the cash that you can sell them into. All right. Let's roll. Let's role play. Calm down. Calm down. What's up? What's up? I'm going to see if I can expand my time, if I can stay on a little bit longer. When do you need us to leave to see the location? Who we got? We good? We rolling? What do you think about e-commerce dropshipping? I think it's a great way to start making money, not a good way to keep making money. Oh, I had him. He was there. He was there. He's not there no more. All right, role playing. You guys are killing me. Okay, just started a growth business system program for sign companies. 2 paths, either video or in person. How do I make this model work? I don't even understand how you do it via video. It's a sign for sign companies? Oh, got it. You want to help them grow for sign companies. That's unique. Just do it online. If it's just digital ads and stuff, I would just do it online. There's no point in having brick and mortar presence unless you just don't know how to acquire customers in person. Okay. All right, Tony, let's rock, dude.
All right, sounds good, man. What's up?
Let's do it.
All right, so I sell tax strategy and tax filings to people overpaying in taxes. Currently make $4 million now. Would maybe like to exit for $100 million.
Okay.
And what's stopping me is not having a massive brand, so people don't really know us when they think tax. We want to be first of mind. Make videos, but barely get any views. but brand will unlock us, hit that premium and have demand gen. And, if we can't build brand, business is over. AI will start taking our lunches and, people won't be willing to pay for a premium relationship. But ultimately no one will care about our business and we will not be able to hit our revenue goals. So just, how do we build a brand? Been making videos for 4 years on all social platforms for, posting 5 times a week and still can't get views.
Okay. So I'm going to rewind a second. How are you getting customers right now?
Word of mouth, referrals from our existing clients. That's our biggest one. And then some trickle in from Facebook groups. And then we run some paid ads, but not really, haven't done really well in that space.
Are you supply constrained right now? Like, can you handle more customers?
Yeah, we can handle more customers.
Okay, got it. What's the pricing model and who's the avatar?
Pricing model is $3,000. Come in, get the tax saving strategy. So it's a full money back guarantee if we don't find 3K for you. And then after that, you get enrolled into the membership. You can apply that 3K as a credit over the next 12 months. And then the membership, it's where you do your filing, the accounting, the bookkeeping, couple calls, the whole enchilada. It ranges from complexity anywhere from 300 to 3,000 bucks every 4 weeks. On average, though, it's like 500 bucks every 4 weeks. And then we sell to a triangle of people. It's business owners, real estate investors, and high W-2. I'm in San Francisco, so a lot of high W-2 folks.
Yeah.
So anyone that just has that feeling where usually we're their next stop after their TurboTax or they're down the street or a mom and dad's accountant that doesn't do any tax strategy, we're usually their first stop for tax strategy.
Got it. Okay. All right. So why do you think the content hasn't worked?
Not that interesting of a guy. Maybe the value isn't there. So like we've gone from like the education side of like, hey, here's all the tax strategies you can do. Talk about the strategy itself. My personal belief, talk with my wife and stuff, is like I think taxes is just a very dry industry. Maybe no one cares because people barely file their taxes now. Like we run the people who don't file their taxes even. So yeah. Might be just a dry ass industry. Yeah.
I would reject that.
Yeah.
So I think if you look at Erica Taught Me, she has do you know who she is? She's a lawyer. She does.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I mean, I think legal is more boring than tax is, and she's got like 5.5 million followers on just like Instagram. So I don't think tax is boring. I think you might make tax boring, and I say that not in a harsh way.
Yeah.
Also,
I probably do.
yeah, I'd also look at Vivian too. She does some financial stuff that I think is more like tactically personal finance-y. I think there's also, like you look at Dave Ramsey, obviously he's personal finance as well, but in a different kind of flavor, more on the savings side. But I think absolutely if you did like live, like, hey, well, I got 2 things you can do right now, like you demonstrating the expertise. I mean, look at what I'm doing, right? Business advice could be, perceived as boring. So it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, people like making money and people like saving money. And so in some ways, if you think it's tax, then it's boring. If it's like, let me show you how I saved this guy $100,000 in his pocket in 20 minutes, that is far more interesting. And so I think demonstration of expertise in a world of AI is super, super important. And it will be something that AI will not be able to fake. So I would say do that as a content strategy, demonstrating the expertise. In terms of your, where are you posting right now?
Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Facebook's been getting some traction lately, actually.
Dude, Facebook has the
LinkedIn,
most users
YouTube.
out of any social media platform. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Also,
So
buyers on Facebook, dude. Like the older demographics there, and guess what they have? The money. So I think you should totally double down on Facebook. It's actually like people are not using it enough. Like we grow disproportionately quickly on Facebook as well. Okay, so the content you're making, you were making tax stuff, you shifted to making something else. What is that?
Oh no, it's all tax stuff too.
Okay.
We've just been making more tax
Then
content.
what's the
That's all
process? You just say like here's a
Process?
here's a tax code you didn't know about.
Usually here's a tax like strategy, paying your kids, Augusta rule, renting your home.
Go real stories, man.
Uh-huh.
You have
Real
how many
stories.
clients you got?
Near 800.
Okay. So imagine as part of the value add that you have, you also do a personal call with them, like what I'm doing right now. And then you do the fastest diagnosis of their business, and you cut it down and you start clipping it. So now it's a value add and it's marketing. Because it's not interesting because it's a hypothetical. So what makes content interesting is stakes, right? You have to have stakes. Yes.
Yeah.
And so there's ways of making stakes, which is the artificial way, which is like you just create a hook. A hook creates artificial stakes, which is curiosity. What if I wasted my time if I don't hear the rest of this? That's the stake with a good hook, right? Now, if we want to create real stakes, it's like, if someone starts a call and says, I'm on the edge of a cliff, I'm about to jump off. And if people actually believe that, the stakes on the call are life or death, right? And so you will get watch time. Now, of course, you want to do this ethically and whatnot, but I use it as an example. And so for you, are you studying anyone in the space that you like admire, that you think is doing a good job?
Not studying game tape. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like, look at what the people who are like I just gave you 2, but like you should have like a list of 10 who are doing better than you. Look at the hooks that they're using, and then say, okay, can I use this hook and then solve it a different way? So I'm not a big believer in copying people's content. I think it's a bad idea. But if you want to use a hook, I think that's whatever. If you want to reuse 5 or 10 words, and then you have a very different delivery on that hook, I'm all for that. And so I think a combination of studying the people who are in the space, modeling the structure, because you have to hook, retain, reward is literally how content works, right? I'm going to bet that your hooks aren't that good, and that the content itself is generic rather than specific. And so people think about how silly. I use this example a lot, but I think it drives it home. Like Dave Ramsey literally tells people 3 hours a day, 5 days a week for 40 years, spend less than you make. That's the content. I could make an argument that is drier than tax, right? But when you get into the story of it, and it's like, oh, my husband's cheating on me, and he did this thing. Now it's like, there's drama there, right? So you can use the stories, because at the end of the day, you're just going to give them a couple of pieces of advice, and you're like, well, shoot, there's only so many tax codes. It's like, dude, he literally tells people to spend less. Like the advice couldn't be simpler. But it's the situation, it's the context that makes it interesting. And the stakes is, what did you spend last year? And imagine the one where it's like, I have a $500,000 tax bill and I don't have the cash. Stakes. And I bet you, have you had that situation happen?
Oh yeah.
Right. You have amazingly high stakes in this business and you're just not using it.
Oh, okay. So using clients, confirm it's cool with them, chop it up, mix it up. In terms of demonstration of expertise, is that just like a show?
No.
How
I'm
would you
saying demonstrate
yeah.
your expertise. I'm demonstrating my expertise right now. Right?
Yeah.
You do what I'm doing. Show you helping someone save money on taxes.
Oh, okay. And then use a medium through a client.
Yeah. Do you have any? Because you're local, right?
What do you mean by that?
As in, like, you have in-person business. You said San Francisco, so a lot of people. You're in the Bay Area. So
it's fully remote, actually. Yeah.
Okay. Well, worst case, if they're all geographically located, you can invite them in to do some stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay. So do it IRL. Don't do a Zoom call.
Yeah, I think IRL will work a lot better.
Oh, okay.
If you have that ability, which you do it. You know what I mean?
Got. Oh, okay. That's a key part.
Yeah, I'm saying, like,
okay.
Dave Ramsey's remote, so I don't want you to get this belief that it doesn't work the other way. But I'm saying, if it's your first shot, it'll be easier to get it to work in person than it will be remote.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So let me give you the TLDR on this. You need to build in to your delivery model a mechanism that on a monthly basis, you are going to talk to 20 to 50 clients. And you're going to talk to them in person or remote, and you're going to record that so you can give them more value. And you're going to structure the call in a way so that you can start with the stakes that they're going through, their last year's bill versus this year's bill, or maybe how they started and what the bill that's upcoming and how we're going to try and pay it down, whatever it is. And then you're going to go through 1 to 3 tactics. They're going to help them. That's it. And you just do that over and over and over again.
Gold. Okay. Nice. Oh, that's solid there. And then build down. And then are they in that clip or no?
Yeah, of course in their clip.
Get their consent.
Yeah.
Okay. Get consent.
Yeah, and you can also just blur out this is where a phone works well because you don't see the faces. It's John from whatever, like no one knows, right? So you could just do face and they could do all the financials. But if you have no face and it's just John, who knows, right? So you can do it that way, or if they're in person, you can blur out the face. Either way works, man.
Okay. And then generally our meetings right now are about an hour. Like, would it be that long or no?
No, I mean, our meeting right now is 10 minutes and we're about to end.
All right. Okay.
So it's just,
okay, quick things.
yeah, dude. It's just like you're good at this stuff. You're doing $4 million a year, right? So you don't suck at it. So just give them one or two things that you can that they can take away, and also you can just consider calling. Like you have followers, right? Even though you've been posting for a while, DM some of your followers. Just say, hey, want to do a free tax salt, no pitch. I'm just doing it for content. Your lucky day.
Nice.
Cool.
Dude, so solid, man.
All
Thank
right,
you
good.
so much.
Appreciate you, dude.
All right, take care.
Rock and roll. All right. Vantage is the group that I'm taking the calls from. It's our $1 million plus community for business owners. If you are a $1 million plus community, if you are a $1 million plus community for business owners, you'd like to join, you can go there. I priced it as cheap as they would let me. I just asked them how cheaply can I put this, and they said make it $1,000 a month. Even though the revenue maximization point, by the way, was $5,000 a month. The cheapest amount, the point of marginal cheapness, which is beyond that point, people would not believe that it would be possible, was 1,000, which is why it is priced that way. So if that's you, love to have you. Inside, we do lots of AI stuff, which is what we're focused on. All right. Rock, roll. Let's see. I'm gonna do one from the chat real quick. Alex, what is your advice for people at rock bottom? I live in a third world country. I tried to offer B2B AI agentic services starting in the US, but there are compliance and trust issues. I don't know what the compliance issues would be. I mean, it sounds like you just couldn't sell people. There's no issue with, like, you could sell agentic setup services to businesses all day long until the cows come home. So I don't think that's a problem. I will say that I'm going to bet, just off of the name that I saw, that you probably need to do a cleanse of your social media to make it look like you're a legit business. You need to make sure that your content looks like it's AI'd out and looks clean and good, so that they're like, man, I want my stuff to look like this and look dialed. And then your outreach attempts and things like that, those calls will go better. Also, if you have a very, very, very strong accent, speaking English, it will for sure affect your sales. With that, let's rock.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Alex Hormozi, I love you.
I love you too, man. Let's rock.
So I'm Abram. I have an easy natural weight loss program for women online.
Okay.
We do $4.1 million a year right now, and we'd like to be at $12 million a year.
Okay.
What is stopping me is consistently filling the sales calendars with qualified leads. And if I don't solve this problem, then my team can't support their families, and not hitting my goals bothers me to no end. So how could I get more qualified leads on my sales reps' calendars consistently?
Yeah, so they can feed their kids and not be homeless. What are we doing here?
Right.
All right. So primary way of getting customers right now?
It's basically 50-50 between meta ads and organic.
Okay. And is it IG? Is your organic?
Mostly, it's Facebook and Instagram for the organic.
Got it. So it's meta. All right. So meta organic and then meta ads for
correct.
Yeah, on paid. Okay, got it. What's price point and what's CAC?
My price point is $10,000 for a year, or $5,000 for a downsell for a year.
Got it.
I'll pull up our cost to acquire a customer right now. It is $1,193.
Okay.
Cost to acquire a customer.
And is that paid or blended?
Blended. I don't know how to separate them anymore ever since I've been doing paid and organic. It's like it's really hard because like they'll go through one path and then they end up out the other end.
I got you. So 1,100 is blended?
1,100 is blended. Correct.
Okay, that's not bad. Okay. All right, and then you said 5 and 10K. What's average ticket?
The average ticket is 5,087.
Oh, so most people go for the 5. So you anchor at 10, and then most people drop down to the 5.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right, 57. Okay, got it. So you need to scale your demand gen side. All right. So, dude, weight loss is tough, man. It's tough, man. The reason it's tough is there's no revenue retention in the business. Right? Like after you sell this thing, I'm guessing they don't buy something else, do they?
Yeah, we sell them into our back end, the community for it. They typically stay on for 2 to 3 more years.
Okay. What's the price point of that?
That one is like a fourth the price. We took the money models
Yeah. Big head, long
approach
tail.
where yeah, exactly. So after the first one, we sell them for basically half the price, so like $2,500 up front, and then they do a monthly recurring, and then they get to keep that monthly recurring for as long as they stay in the program.
And what's the
So
price
it's like-
point of the monthly recurring?
It's anywhere from $50 to $150 a month.
Got it. Yeah.
So-
And so that's where the churn is super low because they pay. So what percentage
Correct,
of people
yeah.
go into the 2,500?
70% going to
Really?
the 2,500. Yeah,
That's
but that
astonishing, dude.
yeah, and they're actually thanking us on the sales calls now because they're like, "Oh my gosh, I cannot believe you're letting me do it." Because we increased the price of our program by $1,000 every 6 months. We're very public with it.
Yeah.
So everyone that's in the program already, they're like, we have people that joined for $3,000 before, and now they're like, I get to pay,
Yeah, $100 a month. whatever.
$1,500
Yeah.
plus, $100 a month. And they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever."
Dude, I love it. I almost wrote a whole chapter on it. I love it. Okay, cool. So we have to increase demand. I mean, if these numbers are true, which I'm assuming they are, right? If you had a 3-year stick on $100 a month, you've got 10K on the back, right? Plus the 2,500, you got 12.5, plus the 57, right? So you're at almost 18,000 in LTV, right? And a lot of that's
Correct.
margin.
Yep. Yeah,
So-
a huge part of it is margin. Yeah.
What's margin right now on 4?
On like what do we take home?
Yeah, what's your net?
My net for crap, I'd have to pull up the other ones,
You're
but
good, just rough.
Anywhere about 120,000 a month I take home for what I take home.
Oh, a month. Okay, got it. I was like, what the hell? Okay, got it. So you're doing
Yeah.
1.4 on 4.
Yeah, so that's like the net. Like if we're just talking about the net operating costs or things like that, or you just mean like
No,
net that
that's
I
fine.
take home as
That's
a business
fine.
owner?
So you
Okay.
got you're at like 30-ish% net margins somewhere in there.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay. So what happens when you scale your paid?
So ever since Andromeda hit, it's been way easier
Yeah.
to have profitable ads. Like it's so crazy
Yeah.
because as soon as you put something up, you spend like $30 and we get a 5K paid in full
Yeah.
like the next day.
Yeah.
And then a week later, it is just hemorrhaging money.
Yeah.
Like or the lead quality just goes to shit like right
Yeah.
away,
Uh-huh.
and we have to shut it off. So I'm basically just cranking through a ton of like things to feed the Andromeda engine.
Yeah.
And that works to a point, but I can never seem to scale it up to wherever I want to get. I've not found a true winner in like, I feel like a year now. They've all just
That's
been
because the game
really
has
short
changed.
cycles.
That's because the game has
Yeah.
changed. And so what you need to build, so this will be really good for a lot of people, not just you. So you obviously have to, like when you have weight loss in the business like yours, it's all demand, right? And so rather than me say, hey, let's make more better content, I think that one seems obvious. I think what you need to build is kind of what I was just talking about from the tax side, but you need to build a self-licking ice cream cone within the business that can basically make you an affiliate army. So for example, like we put out, gosh, I would say collectively probably 500 pieces of creative a day. And so you just aren't putting nearly enough creative out, which means like if that is the true limitation of the business, which it is right now, like right now, the thing that's limiting your business is your creative. You need more creative. And so that means we need to have a process or a system that creates creative. And so my curiosity would be, is there a way that we can create a cycle for your customers to make reels and shorts about your stuff and basically instead of paying $100 a month, it's like you can pay $100 a month or you can make me 2 pieces of content a week or 5 pieces of content a week.
What does that content look like?
Then you would look at all the strongest hooks in weight loss, tell them what those hooks are, let them use those hooks and also make their own because that's how you discover new ones. So what you need to do, so are you familiar with TikTok Shop?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to create your own TikTok Shop affiliate system fundamentally for people to create creative to promote your thing. Like this is what will take you from 4 to not 12. Like this will take you to 50. Like this is the highest point of leverage in the business for you. And so answering the question like, how can I get 100 people to make me 5 pieces of content a week? So you get 500 pieces of creative. And with Andromeda, the algorithm will read, number 1, what they're saying, number 2, what they look like in the room. And so it will match, because all Andromeda did, which is why the ROI is so high, is they just took, the idea of national ad campaigns is like gone. It's all subsegments because they want the process, rather they want the experience for a consumer to feel like the algorithm is so catered to them, which means that advertisers can no longer just be like, hey, buy my shit, right? It's like you have to be like, oh, you're just like me, who look like me, talk like me, and you're making this recommendation, now I'm more likely. So marketers love it and hate it because your experience is 100% what Andromeda does. You get better ROAS and it burns out in 2 days. And so I just happened to come, like the biggest gift I ever got was I started as a local business owner. And so I had the same 100,000 people I could advertise to. So I had to make fuckloads of creative before it was cool. So that's why I've flexed this muscle a lot. And so, but your needs at your spend is beyond, like you're gonna need, I'll make your target 500 pieces a week.
500 pieces a week from my clients just talking about whatever these hooks are. So if
And you can
I
probably
noticed
go
with Andromeda
50-50
too.
static and video.
Yeah, that was going to be my question because when I have Andromeda, I have, that's exactly what my split is right now. It's like 50-50 text and images and video. But the messaging has to be 100% unique between every single creative for it to crank like that. And I mean, like literally nothing is the same. Like the entire thing is, all of them are like 100% different. That's why they crank so much. But so if I have my clients doing this and they're putting out this 5 piece of content, am I telling them, hey, these are all the best hooks? Everyone record these best 5 hooks.
They can make the same
my
hooks.
Brand messaging.
They'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, they can for sure. Like if you have different people saying the same thing, that's totally fine.
Okay, that would still be okay. What about, do I need to worry about like brand messaging inside of like what they're saying?
Well, you
it's
can
kind of like,
approve it. I mean, you can watch them.
oh no, I mean like I want to sell easy weight loss for women. Do I have to make sure that they say that specific thing? You know, like, or do I have to say like,
If you can
hey,
get that
I
past,
really lowered my cortisol.
dude,
You know
if
what
you
I
can
mean?
get that past the ad scraper, if you get easy weight loss for women working, amazing. Dude, you're skating on thin ice on that one.
Yeah.
Easy, fast weight loss.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only thing else you need is free, and you'll hit the trifecta, dude.
Yeah. Free guaranteed.
Yeah. Fast, easy, free weight loss. Man, that's what you need to do. You need to build out the machine. And do you already have AI automation set up so that you can get 100 or 200 statics a week just cranking to you without you doing anything?
No, I write out all the copy.
No, man,
every day.
No, dude.
Yeah.
That's
because
done.
I've tried. Yeah, because I've done the AI ones that I've done, or I guess it's all testing. Because I don't know, like some of the ads I think suck ass, and all of a sudden I put them out and they rock. So like I don't know what's gonna be good. So if I'm putting out the different like text and imaging things, do you have like best practices that you guys have seen work right now? Where if you guys are you doing like 5 different image or one image and like 5 different copies, and then you're doing advantage creative or anything specific that you guys are seeing?
Dude, we're just cranking so much variety, and then whenever we do have winners, we add it to the winner sheet, and then that feeds the AI.
Gotcha. Oh my gosh, why am I not doing that? All right, I took my winning emails. You know, why am I not taking my winning ads? Like, all right, so it makes a lot of sense.
Good talk.
Awesome. All right.
Appreciate you, man.
I will definitely do this. Yeah.
Dude,
thank you so much.
Yeah, you bet, dude. Rock and roll. All right. What do we got? We got, is Oz here? He's here? All right. My peeps, I appreciate you. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you want to hop on one of these calls, you can hit the link there at the bottom. So there it is at the bottom. And otherwise, I love you all. I hope you guys are crushing your goals like beer cans that you just drank onto your forehead. And yeah, with that, be fruitful and multiply your bloodlines. Out!